Today we're going to talk about the Giraud trimmer, power trimmer. If you do volume reloading, this is the only trimmer to get. It not only trims, but it chamfers your case mouth inside and out. The way it trims brass is with this. This is the cutting tool. It has a V-groove in here, and that's where your brass, when you put the brass in the case holder, it will go down and line up in here, and that's what trims the case and chamfers the inside and out, and it's fast. All your shavings are going to stay inside this the housing. So when you're ready to clean it out, all you have to do is lift this up. You can either take it off or just leave it there. Take it over to a trash can and dump it out. They do not recommend I use air, because that would get the brass shavings down inside the bearing, and that's not a good thing. So anyway, just take it over to your trash can and dump it out. When you buy the tool, it comes with two wrenches like this. So all you do is you line up the hole in the tool like this. That's it. That's all it takes. And at that point, simply back out the cutter. You need to remove the shell holder to give you enough clearance to get it out of there. You can see I have different cutters for different calibers. I have a 6.5, and I have a 7mm, and I have a 30 caliber. That means that the blades are already preset, and I don't have to reset them every time I change. I go from one cartridge to the next. But it's actually really easy to adjust it. A real easy way to set up your blade is you install the cutter head along with the cutter into the Giraud trimmer, and you loosen your set screw. This set screw right here, you loosen it. That's going to allow you to move the blade back and forth. At that point, you install your shell holder in the tool in here, okay? And you go down far enough to where you can put your brass in there. And what you do is you get your brass down, and then you move your cutter wherever you need it to where the mouth of the brass falls inside the V-groove. Once they line up, you simply tighten the set screw and you're done. Another thing that I do is I use die locking rings for my case holders, because that way once I set it, I can remove it and put it back, and I don't have to worry about my headspace anymore. These are the ones that come with them, and I don't know why. To this day I haven't figured out why Doug uses these, because you can't lock them down. So every time you change it out, you have to, adjust your cutting depth all over again. So the first thing you do when you get your tool is you take this off and replace it with a locking die ring. And unless you're never going to change it out, then you could probably just set it up this way and you're done. But if you're like me, just get your locking die ring. Another thing that this tool does, and it does very well, is it trims your bullets. They sell this cutting tool, and this one is made for trimming bullets. So the way it works is just like the other one. You drop it in, you tighten it, and I'm just going to snug it in here just for now. And then you have to buy a shell holder or I guess it's technically a bullet holder. I don't think he makes a 7mm. I think it's a 6.5, but it works just as well. So anyway, you put it in here, and you can actually trim bullets really, really fast. And I'll show you how fast it is. This is the on-off switch right here. Let me get a box to put them in. I'm going to show you how fast it actually is. I mean, you can trim lots of bullets real quick. So check this out. You get the idea. You can see how good of a job it does trimming bullets, and as you can see, it's extremely fast. As you saw, this machine is great for trimming the meplats on the bullets, but as you know, the main intended purpose is trimming brass. So I'm gonna do a demonstration on how easy it is on this machine. There's 5 pieces I just did right now, and they're all perfect. People have asked me if this machine is accurate enough for long range shooting. So as you saw, I just trimmed 5 pieces of brass. So let's measure them and see how consistent they are from one to the next. I'm gonna zero the indicator, or I'm gonna zero the caliper on the first one and see what we end up with. That's the second one. Okay, this one's 1,000 short compared to the other two. This one is the same as the previous one. And then this one is the same as the last two. So there, we have an ES of 1/1000 on 5 cases. I would say that's pretty good. That's extremely consistent. And don't forget, this tool headspaces off the shoulder. So as long as your shoulders are consistent from one to the next, then you're gonna get a consistent trim length. If you're not getting consistent trim length, you're doing something wrong. I colored the mouth of this piece of brass with a Sharpie. Hopefully you can see how clean it trims, and the chamfer on the case, inside and out. The technique used for trimming brass with the Giraud is put the case in, it's spring loaded. This shell holder is spring loaded. So if you can drop the case in and turn the machine on, it's not going to trim until you push down on it like this. At that point it will trim. But they recommend that you push down and turn. Give it a full turn. The purpose for that is because, as you can see, the shell holder is, like I said, it's spring loaded. You need tolerances to be able to, for that insert to slide up and down. So this is what you end up with. Okay? So again, it's not a big deal, but I don't know if you noticed that when I was doing mine, I simply would just drop it in. You know, I give it about a quarter turn and back out, and the main purpose for the turn is just so I can slide it out. But the reason in this one I don't have to do that is because I made this holder, the shell holder, with my chamber reamer. Okay, so it's a perfect fit, and it goes straight down, and as you can see, there is no play whatsoever compared to this one. And again, it's not a bad thing, it's just takes a different technique. But to me, I just put it in the case. I mean, I'll just drop it in, pull it out, get a perfect trim all the way around, and it doesn't hurt my fingers. It used to hurt my fingers. This solved the problem. And I just kind of stumbled onto this because I had to make one for my Shaheen. And when I did, I realized how much nicer it is. But again, just a different take on it. I think that's it. You know, it's a pretty well made machine. So there you go, guys. This is the drawer trimmer. This is the on-off switch. This is the drive motor, and this is the, you know, where you put your cutting head and your shell holder. This trimmer can actually be used like I have it now, or you can actually lay it down on its side like this. It has feet on here and here, 90 degrees apart, so you can actually, you know, run it like this and just put your breast in here like this. You know, as you saw, I use mine on the vertical position just because I find that it's easier to trim brass this way, but you have the option to use it the other direction. So again, this is a well made machine. On-off switch. This is the motor. This is a housing for your cutting head and your shell holder, and it has the belts below this surface, so they're well protected. This cover keeps all the shavings and everything off of them, so you'll never have any problems with them. Okay, guys, so hope you enjoyed that. That's been the Giraud tool from Giraud Tool Company in Richmond, Texas. This point here is going to go up by 1/1000, bringing this point here up by the same amount, and now these 2 points are going to line up. So when you buy this tool, you can pretty much just buy the 30 caliber hole and you got the others for free because they're useless.